Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Testing, testing, testing. Live on WASU 90.3. Hello, everyone. If you are here currently, we are just doing some testing audio right now, but we will get started soon at 7 p.m. If you are tuning in currently, just doing some mic issues right now, trying to fix them and everything. Just doing testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right. If anyone is listening right now, we will start at 7 p.m. Just doing some mic checks right now. Everything seems to be going pretty well. We have about 30 minutes till the matches start. So until 7 p.m., I will see everyone then. to anyone who is currently in the live stream right now, coverage will start at 7 p.m. The stream was started this early because of sound checks. So thank you so much for your patience, and everything will start at 7 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. to anyone tuning in, coverage will start at 7 p.m. Currently around 15 minutes till the matches start. So thank you for your patience, and we will start soon. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to WASU 90.5 coverage of App State men's basketball versus Duke University. I mean, not basketball, men's wrestling. I'm used to saying that a lot. But now, since WASU is covering App State wrestling, every time there's a home game, you'll hear my voice if you tune in. But we're here, App State versus Duke. App State had a tough loss yesterday. I believe the score was 23-11 yesterday, but it was a lot better than a lot of us were expecting. Winners were Caden Kaiser. That win brings him to 8-5. Of course, number 7 ranked Will Miller, 165, won yesterday, 8-1. That was a very tie-breaking match. It went into triple overtime sudden death, and Will Miller won by a stalling point that was given to him because the other guy just kept pushing him out of bounds, just not letting him escape. But very close match there, Will Miller. And, of course, Luke Uliano with upset of the night. He tech-falled Lennox Wolak. I believe the score was 19-3 overall. And Lennox Wolak is number 20 ranked in his weight class. And Luke Uliano, even though he's not ranked, he's not one to be underestimated. He was third-place finisher in SoCon championships last season, and his career record with the win yesterday is 49-33. You might think it to yourself if you don't know wrestling, 33 is a lot of losses, but to have that much of a positive win-loss ratio on your record, that's really good. But 49-33, he's looking to get his 50th career win here in college wrestling. But some decent matchups that are going to happen tonight that I'm personally excited for is, of course, our 165er, Will Miller, ranked number 8 on Intermat and number 7 on Flow Wrestling. He will be wrestling Aiden Wallace, who was ranked top 30 in 165. He's a redshirt freshman from Mahwah, New Jersey, but he is doing pretty good so far. Trying to find his record real quick, but number 30 ranked in the country as a redshirt freshman. So he is not one to be underestimated. And Aiden Wallace has a record of 21-6 this season so far. And Will Miller's record is 12-1. So Aiden Wallace did wrestle more matches this season by 5, but they have the same amount of wins, but Will Miller is a senior with tons of experience. He is a former he's a 2-time NCAA qualifier with his win yesterday, bringing him 8-1 in a career record of 64-30. He's all SoCon and SoCon champion. So Will Miller versus Aiden Wallace is definitely going to be a matchup to expect. But they are currently announcing the starting lineup for App State wrestling. And for App State, 125er Bryson Terrell, 133 Chad Bellis, 141 redshirt freshman Aldo Hernandez. He had an amazing matchup yesterday. He faced 2-time NCAA qualifier and All-American, and he was right there. It was a 1 takedown match, and he lost by I believe 3 points. And 149 Caden Kaiser. He's 8-5 with his win yesterday. 157 Jeremiah Price, redshirt freshman. He's a 4-time state champion in North Carolina, and he's just 12th in state history. That includes App State's wrestling's Coach John Mark Bentley, and he defeated NCAA qualifier and SoCon finalist last season. So he is 13-7. He had a tough loss yesterday, but hopefully he's getting back into the win column today. 165, number 7 ranked Will Miller, senior. 174, Luke Uliano, redshirt junior. 184, Logan Eller, redshirt freshman. 197, number 32 ranked in the country, Carson Floyd Jr., 2022-23 year SoCon Freshman of the Year and SoCon Championship finalist. He finished 14-8 last season as third place finisher in the SoCon Championship, and he's looking back to get in the SoCon champion again. And heavyweight, Stefan Moncherie, he has a high school record of 42-0. He's a New York State champ, and he had a tough loss yesterday, but he had a very tough opponent yesterday, and it was a tough loss. The other guy was really technical, but I believe he is going to try his best in the win column, but as he did, his opponent was ranked 15th in the country, and he had at least 2 takedowns on him, but it did end up being a tech fall with the match being 21-6. So he did have a couple takedowns there, but tonight he's facing Connor Barquette, 31 ranked on Intramat and 27 on Flow. But let's talk about this Duke starting lineup real quick. 125, Ethan Grimminger or Rowley Rowan. They haven't announced yet. 133, Raymond Adams. 141, Noah Cockman or Christian Coleman. 149, S.P. O'Donnell or Peter Chacon. 157, Logan Ferrero. 165, Aiden Wallace, as we talked about. 174, Gaetano Consol. 184, David Hussey. And 197, Kawasi Bonsu. In heavyweight, Connor Barquette. They have 2 people ranked in the top 30, and of course that's 165 Aiden Wallace, in heavyweight Connor Barquette. But the top records for Duke, Connor Barquette, who is 21-5, Aiden Wallace, who is 21-6, and Peter Chacon, who is 6-7, and S.P. O'Donnell, who is 6-10. And Peter Chacon and S.P. O'Donnell are in the same weight class, so either way, for their opponent, they're going to have a tough match. And App State's leading record, 165, Will Miller. He's 12-1 this season and 74-30 in his career. 197, Carson Floyd. He's 16-5 this year. 133, Chad Bellis. He's 12-9 this year. And 174, Luke Uliano. But we will do the national anthem. We'll be back in a second. Thank you for holding, everyone. The national anthem is now done. The wrestling should start any second now. We will start with match 133. And Luke Uliano will shake hands with the other team's captains, Dukes. But thank you so much to everyone for tuning in and giving the type of day for me to cover this game. It's a great opportunity for App State Wrestling to have coverage in the first place. I've had classes with a couple of wrestlers, and the only way that they could cover that they didn't have to pay for was with a random parent in the crowd, pretty much just FaceTiming or doing a Facebook Live. It's just a match that's super far away and they can barely see anything. So I'm glad for the App State Wrestling can have some coverage that they deserve. And coming out 133, Chad Bellis versus 133, Raymond Adams. Chad Bellis is a senior. His record is 44-36. He had a very close, tough loss yesterday. He finished 4th place in 2024 SoCon Championship, and he was the NWCA Division I Scholar All-American. Yesterday, they started at 125, so by default, they will start at 133, which is the next class over, and we will end at 125. Match is getting ready to start. Both wrestlers are shaking hands. Adams is working the head, trying to snap him down. Both just trying to figure out each other's range. They tie up here. Still trying to just work each other's heads, snap each other down. Both trying to get inside lock. A tiny bit of a shot attempt, but not really much of anything. Bellis goes for the ankle pick, but doesn't go well. He sprawls. Both are just up still. Trying to snap each other down, trying to get the inside head control and neck control. Adams trying to go for the headlock, and he has both the head and arm, but Bellis gets out of there easily. He separates, and they go back in. Bellis gets the shot attempt. He's deep. He's deep in that single leg of Adams's left leg. He's trying to finish, but no takedown has been given yet. He's bending that leg. He's pretty much holding on. He's trying to trip him, but he hasn't tripped him just yet. Adams' balance is still staying still. He needs to pull him back in. He's almost out of bounds. He hasn't finished his takedown yet. 1:50 left in this match. He's trying to trip him, but Adams is trying to go out of bounds, but Bellis is pulling him right back in. He keeps trying for that front trip, but it's not working for him. Adams is sprawling with that leg like his life depends on it. Everyone's yelling at him to just push up. He's picked him up by his waist. He still hasn't gotten the takedown as Adams has the whizzer, and he still hasn't gained control yet. And he's getting back points. That's 3. He's getting back points currently. He gets 2 back points. And now he's getting more. It's currently 3-0. A minute left in this time, and we will go out of bounds. He gets 4 back points. So it is now 7-0. Chad Bellis he has both underhooks in, slammed him down to the ground to get him on his back. But they will restart in the middle as they went out of bounds. 1 minute remaining. Ramon Adams will be on bottom here as Chad Bellis will be on top. Yesterday, Virginia Tech had a tough trouble with false starts. Almost 4 separate wrestlers having false start warnings here, but that doesn't seem to be a problem in this match at all. Bellis brings him up, slams him down so he doesn't get back up for that escape point. There's 40 seconds left in this first period. He's trying to work his arms. Chad Bellis is trying to work his arms, get his wrist control for Raymond Adams. Adams is trying to get up, gets on his knees. He gets Chad Bellis' leg, but Bellis is trying to get back behind him. But Adams gets both of his legs, and he gets the reversal. That's 7-2 now. 15 seconds remaining. Will Bellis get the escape point? But he doesn't. He Granby rolls, and he goes out of bounds. No point will be given. They will restart in the middle, and I believe Bellis will be on bottom. There's 9.3 seconds remaining in this 133 matchup. 7-2. Bellis is leading by 5. Bellis seems to be calm, collected. He's catching his breath here, but he's not tired at all. But there seems to be some type of stoppage going on, and they will go back. Very short little stoppage there. Bellis starts on bottom. And they start. And Adams is starting to have the inside control. Pretty much just kept him there so he couldn't get up. And let's see who decides to choose. In red chooses Duke. Raymond Adams decides to go bottom, hopefully trying to get that escape point. Bellis leading by 5 here, trying not to lose his lead. Raymond instantly gets up. Bellis trying to bring it back down desperately. He's trying to have his waist and slam him up. But he needs to watch. When he gets on the ground, he needs to separate that hand contact immediately, or he will get official point taken. He's working the half, the standing half. He's standing. Bellis is working the half while he's on top. Will he push him out of bounds? And that was an odd little decision there. Oh, and they stopped. 1:30 remaining. There has been a stoppage right now. And Adams will get the escape point, so it is now 7-3 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in this second period. And they will start. They will start from neutral. The coach is working. Coach John Mark Bentley talking with the refs here, trying to point something out. And the refs are going to talk about it at the scoring table. We will see what they decide to do here. It seems that John Mark Bentley pointed out there was a scoreboard error. They had the writing time on red, but it was the complete opposite, and they gave it to Chad Bellis. Everything is fixed now. Adams goes for the single leg. Chad Bellis sprawls very deep, but Adams is not letting go of that leg. The crowd is very active today, yelling at Bellis. Bellis grabbing Adams' both legs, trying to escape from getting a takedown on him. Because if Adam gets a takedown, it'll be 7-6, not the closeness that Bellis wants. He tries to do the front half with his arms, but it doesn't work. They both stand up. Bellis has the front headlock right now, trying to get the underhooks, trying to snap him down, but Adams stays up. Adams is in the tie right now, trying to work to kind of get out of Bellis' tie control. They both give each other space. They break away. No tie-ups yet, and they tie back up again. They separate. Bellis shoots for a takedown. Does he get it? Adams has the whizzer as nothing is given yet. He's fighting for it, and that's 3. That's 10-3 now. He has 1 minute and 15 seconds of riding time. If he has 45 more seconds in total, there's 10 seconds remaining in this second period. Bellis is leading 10-3. 5 seconds remaining. It looks like Adams will just stay on the bottom. And that is the end of the second period. Chad Bellis leading 10-3 right now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Right now it is 10-3. The third period is about to start between Chad Bellis and Raymond Adams. Bellis has 1 minute 30 of riding time. If he has another 30 seconds, he can gain a point. But Adams is not looking forward to get Bellis up, trying to bring him up. But Bellis is persistent on breaking those hands. He's working at it. But Adams goes between the legs, trying to bring him back down, but they go out of bounds, and the ref will start in the middle again, while Bellis will start on bottom. A minute 45 in this third period left. And they start. Bellis still trying to break that tie, but Adams is persistent on keeping it, and he lets him go. But Bellis was kind of careless there. He got up, got the escape point, and was just jogging. And Adams trying to take advantage of that, but the takedown attempt does not work. But Bellis does get the escape point. It is now 11-3. Bellis working his space, trying to see what he's working with. but Adams trying to get in the tie-up, trying to get some hand movement. He shoots a shot on Bellis, but Bellis sprawls very deep. Bellis is working that front headlock after the sprawl, trying to get around, but Adams is trying to hold on to his leg. Bellis is trying to work that cradle, but Adams gets out of it. Bellis has the outside ankle. No takedown has been given yet, but I can see the ref is pretty close. There's a minute remaining in this third period. And that's 3. It is now 14-3 for Chad Bellis here. Bellis still on top, putting his weight on him, making sure he doesn't get up and give him those free points. But he gives him the free point anyway. It is now 14-4. Lets him back up. He has 30 seconds remaining. If Raymond Adams wants to stay in this match, he's going to clearly have to go for a pin. Adams goes for the single, but it was kind of sloppy, and he just immediately goes to his leg with his head down. He's holding on to Bellis' leg, but he lets it go immediately, stands up. Bellis goes for a fake. Adams sprawls, but Bellis immediately goes for a shot, and he has another takedown. That's 17-4. If he has 2 more points in this, he can tech fall him, but with 5 seconds remaining, I don't see that happening. And the match will end 17-4. That will put App State on the board first. That is a good win for Chad Bellis as he defeats 133 sophomore Raymond Adams from Merrick, New York. Chad Bellis getting back in the win column after a tough loss yesterday. £141. Aldo Hernandez, redshirt freshman from Appalachian State, 3-time high school state champion. He has a record of 12-6. Yesterday, he wrestled 2-time NCAA All-American and 4-time NCAA qualifier, and it was a 1-possession match. He lost 3-1 against an NCAA All-American. If that doesn't show that this kid has a future in this sport, I don't know what does. But he's facing off against 141 Noah Cockman. Both in the tie-up now. Both tying up. Aldo has the front headlock. He's trying to get that back leg, but he's bringing him the other way. No takedown attempt, but they're trying to drag him in. But it is out. Will points be given? The App State bench is clapping, showing that Aldo clearly had control of that possession there. Trying to work the tie up here. Aldo trying to do a duck over, doesn't work. But he gets that front headlock, trying to snap him down. Aldo goes for that ankle pick, and it works. He has that front trip, and that's 3. In less than a minute, Aldo already has 2 takedown attempts. One of them super close, but it was out of bounds. And he now gets the takedown attempt. He now gets his takedown at 3-0. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And Cockman will start on bottom. Aldo trying to trip him back down. He has him in a cradle, a rolled up cradle. He's getting back points, and that's 3 for him. Never mind, that's 4. That's 4 back points. So it's now 7-0. App State coming along with a strong start. But Cockman will start on bottom here again after failing to try to get up and get the escape point. He's down 7, trying for anything to happen. He goes for the reversal, for the sit-out. You got to get back, but Aldo doesn't allow it to happen. He slams him and brings him back down. Coach John Mark Bentley especially happy with the way Aldo Hernandez is putting this match. They keep going out of bounds, and it will start in the middle again. Cockman starts on bottom again. And it starts. Cockman tries to get up. He breaks the hands, and he gets his escape point, but he's out of bounds, and they will go out of bounds again. Aldo with the constant pressure, not allowing him to escape. The crowd yelling to keep his base, make sure he doesn't get up too high. But he seems to be doing a decent job at that, trying to snap down Cockman. But Aldo, he has one hand on his knee. Both in the tie-up now. Cockman trying to get that arm control, but it doesn't work. Aldo tries to go for wrist control, both still in the tie-up, fighting for wrist and arm control. They separate, but they go back into the tie-up immediately. 40 seconds remaining. It's 8-1. Aldo has a minute of control time. He gets another takedown with a double leg. It is now 11-1. 30 seconds remaining in this first period. Will Aldo get the tech fall, or will he go for the pin for more points for team? Aldo has one singular leg in. It seems like Ryan Cockman will go out of bounds, but Aldo doesn't listen and slams him out of bounds anyway. Wrestlers clapping. Aldo seems to be very, very calm with the situation he's in now. 7 seconds remaining in this first period of this 141 matchup. Tries to bring him down to his base immediately. Cockman still staying in his pyramid position. And the first period ends. And Aldo will be on bottom here in the start of this second period. 2 minutes at the start of this. They start. Aldo immediately gets up, tries to break the hand position, but Cockman goes for him in between the legs and tries to pick him up, but it doesn't work. Aldo gets out for the escape point, now 12-1. The team score after Chad Bellis' win is 4-0. Aldo trying to get wrist control. Both men fighting for it, but none of them giving it easily. Cockman tries to go for that ankle pick. He shoots for a double. He hasn't gotten the takedown. Aldo defending it well, grabbing the leg and trying to circle around, but it looks like it's a potentially dangerous, and they will start in the middle again. Are they going to start neutral? And yes, they will. A minute 20 left in this second period. Aldo up 12-1 with a minute 15 seconds remaining. Both men still tying up, but Aldo gives his space, trying to work something. Aldo feints. He gets the head, gets the arm, and he shoots him by. Tries to get behind him. He has both legs in a tie-up right now, but Cockman is not letting him have it by easy. Aldo tries to go back the back door, tries to get in front of him, trying to flip him over so he gets on his back by using his ankle. But no points have been given to either man so far. 45 seconds remaining. If Aldo does get a takedown, he will be 1 point away from a tech fall. And they will give him the takedown. It is now 15-1. One more point and he tech falls Ryan Cockman, or Noah Cockman. Yosef is very intrigued in this match right now. He hasn't moved in the past minute, locked in. 15 seconds remaining. Aldo just staying on top, using his wrist control for Cockman to not get up. He has that back ankle controlled on Cockman's ankle and not allowing him to get up. Cockman's frustrated. He's looking at his corner, asking what to do. But writing time, Aldo has 2 minutes and 5 seconds of writing time. Aldo is looking at his corner, asking them what the best to do here, but I don't think he needs that advice. He's doing himself pretty well here. Cockman trying to get that escape point, but Aldo trips him down to the ground, and he gets the back points. He puts him on his back with the with the rolling cradle again. That's 4 back points, and that's the end of the match. He tech falls him 19-1. Aldo Hernandez is a dog. Aldo Hernandez wins by tech fall 19-1. Very impressive from the red shirt freshman. But 149 pounds right now. Caden Kaiser, redshirt sophomore. 4-time high school state champion in South Dakota. He was 17-11 last season, and currently with his win from yesterday's match, he is now 8-5. And Caden Kaiser with yesterday's win, in fact, he's from a town called Winner, South Dakota. So it looks like whether he likes it or not, winning is tied along with him. But I don't know why he wouldn't like that. Caden Kaiser working the lockup. Kaiser up against SP O'Donnell. Both men in tie-up here. Kaiser has the underhook on his left arm. But O'Donnell seems to have a tight control of that arm and not allowing him to lose it. But both men separate. Both men going back in the tie-up now. Kaiser tries to go for that shot attempt but doesn't work. Both go back in the tie-up. Kaiser's head is really low. Seems like SP O'Donnell, he's standing almost straight up. But Kaiser's not taking advantage of that, and both will just stay in a neutral position, trying to tie each other up, looking for arm control, trying for underhooks. And it looks like SP O'Donnell is working that overhook. And Caden Kaiser flips him, uses the overhook that he has, while SP O'Donnell tried to get that underhook and used it against him to get the takedown. Now 3-0. He has the half in, and he's standing. SP O'Donnell just on all fours, not really doing anything. He goes for a Granby roll, and he escapes. Tries to go for an ankle, but he just decides to stand up, get his free point. Both men are now neutral. 1 minute 20 seconds remaining in this first period. 3-1, Caden Kaiser leads. Both men in a tie-up position now. O'Donnell loves that wrist control. He's trying to get that head and arm. You don't see that often. College wrestlers doing a head and arm, and that fails like almost any head and arm 50% chance does, and he gets that takedown. Caden Kaiser trying to get what Aldo did by the fall, but it doesn't work for him, and O'Donnell will get the reversal. So it's now 6-3. Coach John Mark Bentley not happy. O'Donnell having Kaiser's left wrist in lock and in control, but he lets go of it. He's trying to go for that half, trying to make his body wide open. I think he's trying to go for that spladle, trying to put his leg in. He almost puts his leg in, but Caden Kaiser is doing very well with not letting it in. Kaiser has the leg, almost has a reversal, but it's not given to him yet. But with 8 seconds remaining, he needs to work for it and get those points. He doesn't know how much time is left in the clock, so he's pushing. But O'Donnell does a good job with defending it as time expires. The second period will start. And SP O'Donnell will choose to go bottom to try to get the escape point. Caden Kaiser getting ready to get on top. It starts. Kaiser trying to go for the half again. And he goes for the rolling cradle again, but it doesn't work. He just rolls to the other side of the mat in the same position. He's trying to work the arm, bring it in, but his head is just deep and down, Kaiser is still trying to work that half. And the ref actually going to both wrestlers while they're wrestling, saying, we need to score, guys. Try to score, as nothing is happening. But Kaiser keeps trying to go for that half. He's trying to bring that arm down that O'Donnell has posted. O'Donnell sitting out, trying to circle back, but Kaiser not letting it happen. A minute remaining left in this second period. Kaiser still leading 6-3. Kaiser going for the half again. But he's just spreading him out. He's not trying to finish him or put him on his back with the half. O'Donnell's just standing straight up, just on all fours. And nothing is happening as the ref will start them back in the middle as O'Donnell will start on bottom. After Virginia Tech's many false starts yesterday, App State being very careful and not trying to false start or lose possible points. Kaiser doing the rolling cradle again, but every time he's been doing it now, O'Donnell has been getting out and getting his escape point, so maybe he should look for something else to try to put it on his back. But he gets that deep takedown attempt. Will he get it? And he does. That's 3. It is now 9-4 with 10 seconds remaining in this second period. He gets those last second points. And match will end at the second period. Not the match will end, but that period ending. Caden Kaiser leading SP O'Donnell by 9-4. And Caden Kaiser will start on bottom. And trying to spread him out, SP O'Donnell. But Caden Kaiser immediately gets up, trying to spread him out, get him down to the ground, possibly get him on his back for points. But Kaiser immediately gets up, gets that escape point. The Duke corner has been incredibly quiet. I don't think I've seen every time I look at him, the coach's mouth has not moved. And App State being very vocal. But Kaiser gets the escape point, making it 10-4. A minute and 30 seconds remaining. And he's trying to circle around to get the takedown. But O'Donnell's arm grabbing his leg, keeping that from happening. And he gets the 3. That's 13-4 now. Very tight domination, and he's on his back. O'Donnell is on his back. Caden Kaiser tries to pin him here, and he does. He gets him by pinfall. Duke SP O'Donnell is so disappointed. His head has been in his hands for the past 5 seconds. But Caden Kaiser getting 2 wins in a row in 2 days. Very good performance from him. That's a great performance from him, getting 2 wins in 2 days. Caden Kaiser, the redshirt sophomore, impressive. And Yosef out in the middle of the mat, trying to say that he got gift cards and throwing gift cards into the stands. He runs up and gives them to some little kids in the stands. Good for Yosef. But very impressive by Caden Kaiser. Very impressive win, completely dominant. And next at the 157 weight class, redshirt freshman Jeremiah Price, 4-time state champion in North Carolina. He will be facing off against Logan Ferrero. He's a senior at Duke. Logan Ferrero has a record of 4-7 this year. And both men starting just standing up, trying to take each other's space, but this is very aggressive tie-up here. Duke's Logan Ferrero being very aggressive, trying to show his strength. He goes for the shot attempt, but Price is not letting him happen that easily. But Ferrero gets very deep in the takedown attempt, but he hasn't gotten anything yet. App State, Jeremiah Price goes for the head and arm, but they will start neutral. Price, giving his space, immediately ties up to Ferrero. Ferrero trying to snap down, going for the ankle pick. Price trying to work that arm away from his head so he has some type of space to work with. Ferrero keeps going for that shot attempt for the feint and making him react, which he does. Price going for that deep takedown attempt, but it doesn't work as Ferrero sprawls. Ferrero has the head and arm here. He has the underhook in with his other arm on Price. Price trying to get his head out. But it looks like Ferrero's not going to let that happen easily. And they push out of bounds as Jeremiah Price almost had a deep double leg attempt. But as they go out of bounds, both men will start neutral with 1:30 remaining in this first half, or first period. Price going in the lockup with Ferrero. Ferrero goes for the leg, but Price sprawls. Price goes for that leg takedown attempt, and he does. He gets him. Price gets him on his back. He's looking for that pin. He's almost flipped over, but he recovers well. He gets those back points. That's 4. He goes 7-0 in less than 10 seconds. Good recovery by Jeremiah Price, redshirt freshman. Price is still on top, trying to get wrist control. He has both arms on one arm, or both hands on one arm, controlling it. He's trying to spread him out here, trying to get him back to his stomach. Ferrero tries to sit out and hopefully for an attempt to get an escape point. Price leading him out of bounds but keeping him in barely. 15 seconds remaining in this first period. Price still up 7-0. And the period will end. The period will end. Jeremiah Price leading 7-0. App State will defer and go. App State will defer for Duke's choosing, and Duke does choose to go on bottom. Hopefully trying to get that escape point. The ref giving Price the good go to go on top. Ferrero trying to sit out again, trying to escape, but doesn't work. Price keeping him down, putting all his weight on him. Trying to flatten him out. Price has both legs in. He has the grapevine in. And if you've ever been in a grapevine, you know it's painful. Your back is absolutely hurting. You're trying anything you can to get out, but there's not many possibilities unless the other guy takes his leg out. But Price takes one of his legs out to lock up with the other one that's inside. Price is getting that wrist control, doing the power half with his locked hands. He now has Price has both legs in again. Price very close to putting him on his back. The ref says he's not at that 45-degree angle yet, but Price is trying to get those back points. Less than a minute remaining in this second period. Randall Diabe yelling him to go inside. But Price still going for that power half to try to get him on his side. Price still has that leg in, locking it in, making sure that Duke's Logan Ferrero doesn't get anything in there or any chance to escape. 30 seconds remaining in this second period. He has total wrist control as Price puts both legs in. Doing the grapevine again. 15 seconds remaining in this 157 matchup. He's trying to work as possible, and the ref says there's nothing going on, as they will start with 7.4 seconds remaining, and Duke Logan Ferrero will start on bottom. 7 seconds remaining. Will Logan Ferrero go just immediately explosive, try to get that escape point with his matchy left hands? He's trying to get his hands were so locked. Jeremiah Price has a very tough grip, and Logan Ferrero could not get the grip to exchange or escape the release of those hands to get those points. Duke's Logan Ferrero still pointless, as Jeremiah Price is leading 7-0, looking to get 8 for an escape. It looks like Ferrero tried to get a leg in, but Price does a great job with getting out of it, and Price gets the escape point. It is now 8-0 with a minute and 40 seconds remaining in this third period. Price going out in front of him, trying to get behind him. He has that front and arm. He has that front head and arm. Price trying to pressure him. And Price gets the ankle pick, and he gets the takedown. It is now 11-0, and he just lets him back up with ease. That's some strategies wrestlers like to do. Get a takedown, let him up. Get a takedown, let him up. Logan Ferrero trying to snap Price down, but doesn't work. They go back in the middle for more space. Ferrero just keeps locking up, trying to get that overhook to work. But Jeremiah Price, with just a strong man he is, having an underhook as an advantage is not well. And as I say that, he gets the takedown. Jeremiah Price now 14-11. If he gets one more takedown, this could possibly be another tech fall. Price just leading him in. He has that underhook, pressuring him multiple times. He tries to go for the hideaway duck, but it doesn't work. And Duke's Logan Ferrero has his leg very deep in a takedown right now, but the ref has not given him any points. Price going for the other leg here, has his leg down, has his arm in down the middle of Logan Ferrero's legs. Trying to flip him over for that half, Jeremiah Price. And that third period will end. 14-2 win from Price. And the team score will be 19-0. The team score is now 19-0 after Jeremiah Price's win. And here's the match that we have all been waiting for. Number 7 ranked Will Miller. He had a very close match yesterday with top 20 ranked. But now he will go up against Logan Wallace, who's number ranked 29 on Flow Wrestling. This is a match that everyone's going to be locked in for. Miller going for he has that arm and immediately gets the takedown. He grabs it for the front trip. Immediately putting his leg in. He's not spending any time at all. After yesterday's close match, he's getting any points he can get. It is now 3-0 within 30 seconds of this match starting. Wallace trying to get up, but he can't with that leg in of Miller. Miller keeping him there. He has a tight control in putting all of his weight on him, on Wallace. Wallace gets up as Miller gets him, or lets him. He's now 3-1. Wallace seems to be loving that head taps to annoy Miller here. Wallace tries to go for a takedown attempt, sprawls, but Miller goes in immediately after it, and both men are up. Both men in a tight tie-up here. Dukes, Aiden Wallace, loves going into the tie-up, trying to get wrist control and going for the shot attempt, as he does again, but Miller sprawls. Miller has one wrist controlled, and he lets it go for the, Miller goes for the shot attempt, and that's another 3. That's now 6-1. Aiden Wallace is being dealt with ease by Will Miller. I love John Mark Bentley's coaching here. No matter how high of a lead his wrestlers have, he's still making sure that they stay humble and make sure that they have the lead. John Mark Bentley seems to be much more composed after yesterday's match. Wallace on his butt, sitting out, trying to break in that arm. And he gets the escape. Goes for the shot attempt on Miller. But it doesn't work on Miller. Both men are neutral. Both men in the tie-up. This crowd is loving Will Miller's style right now, saying, let's go, Will, and rooting him on in hope for a win. Wallace keeps putting his head on Miller's head. Miller had that experience yesterday a lot with Virginia Tech, as a lot of Virginia Tech wrestlers love to just annoy the other wrestlers by having a head tap, but that doesn't work for Wallace as Will Miller gets the ankle pick and immediately gets him down, and for the last second takedown. It's now 9-2, and Duke defers the decision to App State. And Will Miller chooses to go on top. After the first period ends, Miller is up 9-2. And that is a false start on Aiden Wallace there. That is his first warning. And no false starts that time around. Miller keeping him on Wallace's all fours, trying to put his weight down, bring him back down. Wallace trying to sit around, trying to break that hand grip by any means possible. He goes for the head, but immediately lets go, as most wrestlers try to do that. Miller keeping him down. He's doing a great job of not letting his hands touch, because if you're on top and the other guy has his knees down or on all fours, you cannot have your hands locked unless you have an arm in. And Miller needs to watch out having both underhooks in on top, or the ref will call for a full Nelson. And he has both legs in, also working the grapevine. The ref is in my point of view, so I can't see what's going on. I'd love to, and there he is, he moves. Miller on top, trying to grab Wallace's wrists. 45 seconds remaining. Miller tries to roll him over on his back, but Wallace is persistent. He's on his back. Wallace is on his back, but the ref is not allowing a lot of points there. I thought his back was well enough to be turned to have multiple points there, but the ref doesn't decide that. Miller still on top, controlling Wallace. 15 seconds remaining. Wallace just staying on bottom. Make sure his core's there. But Miller not allowing him to get up at all as he has one leg in. And leg riders, I'll tell you, leg riders are very annoying to deal with in the sport of wrestling. If you can easily get your leg in, you pretty much have control while on top the whole entire time as long as that leg is in. But App State as a team is doing very well right now, leading 19-0. Duke hasn't even got on the scoreboard yet, as all losses from them so far. Miller gets the escape point, making it 10-2. A minute 50 remaining in this third period. He goes for the ankle. Miller goes for the ankle pick again and goes for the back trip. This App State team is loving this trip game. He allows Wallace to get up. Wallace tries to go for a takedown attempt, but doesn't work well. Goes again. Miller sprawls and goes around for the takedown. Is now 16-3. But he lets him back up again. Using the takedown, let him up game. If Will gets another takedown here, it will be a tech fall. A minute remaining in this last period of this match. A lot of wrestlers, and he does get that 3. The wrestlers on App State's bench laughing. Very enjoyable match. Will Miller, number 7 ranked, gets another win 2 days in a row. Will Miller wins by tech fall. And we will go to intermission. The team score is now 24-0. But we will go to intermission here. We won't be long at all. Make sure to stay tuned here on WASU 90.5 Sports. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. But we will be back soon enough with more action. We have Luke Uliano up next, and Carson Floyd, Logan Eller, Stephen Moncherie, and Bryson Terrell. Exciting lineup here and more matches to come as we have another ranked match on the way. But make sure to stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in so far. I'll see y'all after intermission. Hello, everyone. Intermission has not yet ended, but I just wanted to share some information. Duke does not have a 125 entry this evening, as 125 Bryson Terrell will have a forfeit. So there will not be a 125 matchup, but Bryson Terrell will still be having his free forfeit win. But intermission will be ended soon, as coverage will begin shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back, everyone. Intermission is now over. And the 174, Luke Uliano, yesterday with an upset. He beat number 20 ranked Lennox Wolak, and that was a very tough match as he tech-falled a number 20 ranked man in his weight class. So this man is not going to lose by any means necessary in his mind. But in the sport of wrestling, anything can happen. Luke Uliano will be facing 174 Gaetano Consol, redshirt sophomore from Barrington Hills, Illinois. Gaetano Consol has a record of 4-7 today. Luke Uliano immediately going in the tie-up here. He goes for that takedown attempt after slapping his head, after slapping Gaetano's head. But he's going for the other arm. He's going for the half, trying to put him on his back. And Uliano stays on top. Uliano puts a leg in, or tries to, and he does. Successfully puts the leg in, locking it in. Trying to go for a spladle here. But it seems that Duke's Consol is not going up high enough for that spladle to happen, so he will let that go. But Uliano still on top. Uliano getting Consol's arm, controlling it while he's on top, not allowing any space to happen. 2 minutes remaining. Uliano's up 3-0 with that takedown, and he lets Consol up. It is now 3-1. Consol immediately goes for a takedown attempt, but it doesn't work as Uliano sprawls. Uliano ties back up. Uliano having the inside arm control in the head, trying to work the snap down, but Consol immediately trying to give his space. And there's a stoppage happening here as something on the mat has dropped. And it looks like Gaetano Consol's contact has went loose. And he immediately puts it back in after being on the mat. And that's not what you call sanitary. But both men starting neutral here. The ref about to give the go for them to start. Consol immediately goes for a takedown attempt, but Uliano sprawls. Circles around and now in the tie-up. Consol trying to have that wrist control by any means necessary. Uliano being very careful in this tie-up right here, making sure to not have any mistakes. He stays low, matching the level that Consol is in. And in the sport of wrestling, the lowest man wins. So it's very important to match the other man's lowness and to be as low as possible for an easier takedown. Consol sprawls, circles. Uliano goes for the takedown attempt, and he puts Consol on his back, and he does. He's getting multiple back points here. He gets 4. And he's almost... Uliano looking for the pin here, and he does. He pins him in the first period. Uliano getting his second win in a row in the first period. Gaetano Consol gets dominated in a pin. Luke Uliano very happy for that win. He doesn't show it on his face, staying humble, but the crowd is very electric as Luke Uliano gets his win. That brings Luke Uliano his 50th win in his career. But 184, Logan Eller, redshirt freshman. He has a career record of 14-19. He's a 2-time Georgia State champ. And he's facing up against David Hussey, sophomore from Lincroft, New Jersey. David Hussey has a record of 3-11. He immediately has that arm. He gets the takedown. He's working his space, trying to break him down. But Luke having all the control here. Not Luke, Logan having all the control here. Logan breaking him down. Has control of Hussey's ankle as he wraps it around his leg. Both men aren't really doing anything right now, but Logan is trying to work wrist control movement here, trying to get a leg in, but they're extremely close to being out of bounds. I wonder if the ref will just call it so they start in the middle, but not yet. Logan Eller trying to break him down. Hussey trying to sit out for an escape attempt, but he doesn't get it as they go out of bounds. It's 3-0 with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining in this first period. And David Hussey will start on bottom here. Hussey trying to sit out, trying to escape, trying to break the lock, but it doesn't work. Logan Eller tries to get the leg in, but it doesn't work. Hussey blocking the leg from going in. Logan trying to just flip him over with the roll cradle like Aldo did. Trying to break him down, make him flat. Logan Eller trying to make him flat. Eller cross faces Hussey. Logan Eller has the leg in. He locks it in place with his other leg. The hip movement for David Hussey is already at almost a 50-50. But 1 minute remaining, Logan Eller cross faces him hard, multiple times. And if you've ever been cross-faced, it is not a pleasant experience. Eller gets his leg out of there, but still on top dominating. And Logan Eller gets a stalling point given to him. It is now 4-0. Oh, now 5-0 actually. And David Hussey just laying there, not really doing anything. He's trying to get up, but he's getting broken down every time. And Logan Eller breaks David Hussey's arm down. And that's the end of the first period, being 5-0, Logan Eller leading. And it seems like the scoreboard operator messed up, so it is 4-0 and not 5-0 as I thought. But as David Hussey is called for stalling in that past period and gives Logan Eller a point as he's already down. But 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Hussey trying to break Logan Eller down, but Eller trying to sit out. He has David Hussey's leg. He's turning around, but Hussey has his leg. But he's given the 2 reversal as Hussey lets go of the leg and just lets him behind. But Eller lets him up, gives him an escape point. It's now 6-1. Eller having one underhook, trying to go low and get the leg, but it doesn't work. Hussey trying to get his space, but they will go out of bounds. They will start back in the middle, and since the reversal happened, Duke will now, they're starting neutral. So it is now 7-1 with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Logan working the snap down here. He has both underhooks in. But Hussey trying to work that whizzer, but Logan Eller is behind him. So he lets He lets go of the Wizard. Logan Eller does a great job getting his arm back, and he goes behind, gets the takedown with 40 seconds remaining, making it 10-0. He lets Hussey back up, making it 10-2. Hussey, he sprawls, and they go right into the cheerleaders, and them having extremely high reflexes, they go out of their way, and they're just chuckling it off. But both wrestlers will start in the middle in neutral. They tie up. Hussey needs to make some magic happen here if he wants any chance to win this match. 30 seconds remaining in the second period as Logan Eller leads 10-2. And Eller has 2 minutes and 50 seconds of control time here. And Hussey and Eller just tied up right now. Eller trying to get those underhooks in, but there's just 2 seconds remaining, and that's the end of the second period. That's the end of the second period there. And David Hussey will choose bottom position as he tries to get an escape point again. I wonder if Logan Eller will just let him back up, but he does not give the sign that he's going to let him back up, so he's going for just complete domination and tries to flatten him out. And he just lets him back up for that escape point. Eller now leading 10-3. A minute 45 seconds remaining in this last period. Hussey trying to work that wrist control. Almost a bad position for Eller there as he was a little bit sideways, but he pushes away to get back standing. Both men in the tie-up still. They push each other away. Hussey still trying to work that tie-up, but it looks like Logan just wants to be separated and just work the takedowns. But he works into the hand fighting here. He gets the underhook with his right arm, but he tries to go for that takedown attempt, but it doesn't work. He shoots for the single from his underhook, but Hussey doesn't let that happen. Stands up. Both men go to the middle so they don't go out of bounds. A minute remaining in this last period. If David Hussey wants any chance of winning this match, he's going to have to go for a pin. Logan Eller leading 10-3, 40 seconds remaining. Both men giving each other space, but they immediately lock in. It doesn't seem the hand-fighting game is working a lot good for David Hussey, but that just seems what he's going for every time. Must be wrestler's instinct. Logan Eller has a takedown attempt. He went for the single. Both arms. He has the wrestler's grip around Hussey's right leg. Hussey grabbing Logan's ankle, trying to make sure that takedown isn't given to him. Ref doesn't give it to him. But Hussey is almost behind him. Tries to crossface Logan Eller here. But in 1 second remaining, and that's the end of the match. Logan Eller wins by 10-3. App State, total domination over Duke wrestling here, not getting any chance here. And Logan Eller with the win. And the match score will now be 34-0. But the next match, 32 ranked Carson Floyd, 197er, former SoCon Freshman of the Year. He'll be facing off against Kawasi Bonsu. Carson Floyd was the third place finisher at the SoCon Championship last season. This season looking forward to place again. Match starts. Both just hand fighting right now, going for the lockup. Floyd goes for the snap down, doesn't work. Trying to push Bonsu's arm up. Carson Floyd grabs that ankle, drives him to the mat, and he gets the takedown. But he lets Bonsu back up immediately, giving him 3-1. Bonsu seemed to be wiping his eye, having some type of irritation with it, but he's continuing wrestling. Bonsu trying to work that underhook strategy. But both men separate, and Bonsu keeps pointing out at that eye. It seems like it's irritating him that bad to where they have to stop the match. But it looks like they are going to give him injury time here. And Carson Floyd will go to his corner, talking with John Mark Bentley. But that eye seems to be really irritating Kwasi Bonsu. He's nodding his head, saying that he's good, just saying that he needs some time. But Bonsu, fighting spirit that he has, he goes back in the middle trying to wrestle out this match. And Carson Floyd will start on bottom here. Kwasi Bonsu being very tough and working through his eye. Carson Floyd sits out, breaks open the arms, and gets up for that escape point, making it 4-1. Kwasi Bonsu being very persistent on that underhook strategy. Every time they tie up, he immediately goes to it. But Carson Floyd has the ankle. Well, he's trying to go for that back trip. He just picks him up and just slams him down on the mat. Forget the trip. Just pick him up and just slam him on his back. But Bonsu on his ground now. Carson Floyd does have a leg in. And they go out of bounds. They will start in the center again. And Bonsu will start on the bottom here. And the ref allows Carson Floyd to get on top. Trying to spread him open with the half and the leg pressure. Carson puts one of his legs in. But Bonsu does a decent job on getting it out. Oh no, Bonsu tries to roll over, but it doesn't work for him. Carson Floyd had both arms, but now he's just on his back. He can't do anything. Bonsu has both arms tied behind his back. You can see the visible pain on his face. Bonsu's back on his back again, but he flips up. And they're calling for a potentially dangerous, but Carson Floyd does get the back points, making it 11-1. I love App State's wrestlers' communication with their coaches. Every time that there's like a second of stoppage in the play here, all of the wrestlers are looking towards their coaches, but it seems like Duke is doing the exact opposite, just being independent. And Duke's coaches are not really doing a lot of verbal talking here. But Kwasi Bonsu gets an escape point, but Carson Floyd immediately gets the takedown again. Floyd going for that cradle, the side cradle. He's keeping that one leg in, though, making sure his ankle is controlled. He's trying to go for that cradle again, but he puts Bonsu's neck down flat on the ground as he just lets him back up. It's now 14-3. Carson Floyd going for that ankle, gets it with ease. Going out the back door, trying to turn around. But Bonsu has Floyd's leg. That's the only reason why this is not a takedown yet. And he lets go of the leg, and Floyd gets the takedown. Now 17-3. If he gets one more point, it'll be a tech fall. That's the end of the first period. Carson Floyd leading 17-3. This is high wrestling here for App State. It is the match total is 34-0. Duke has not had one singular point in this match so far. You can see Duke's head coach just very frustrated. His hands are in his head. He's looking down. You can see that he's pretty much just given up on this match. But he has not been very vocal at all to his wrestlers. I wonder if the wrestlers have some type of frustration with him. But it's kind of weird to not see wrestlers talk to their head coach that much, especially when all of them are pretty losing. But Bonsu tries to go for some type of roll to go on his back, but Carson Floyd gets the back points as he gets 4, as he sticks Kwansi Bonsu on his back trying to escape, but he gets those 4 back points. And that will be a tech fall, 21-3. And Kwansi Bonsu loses in that tough match, tech fall. And now it's heavyweight time. The most exciting matches of the evening, where slams are irregular. Stephane Moncherie, the heavyweight out of New York. He's a true freshman starting. He's a crowd favorite. But this match, he had a takedown over top 15 ranked wrestler from Virginia Tech, but his opponent was just super technical and he just couldn't match it. But he's looking for a win over a top 30 ranked opponent. Connor Barquette, number 27 ranked on Flow Wrestling. Moncherie trying to get that head snapped down. He's trying to get that wrist control. Barquette circling around. They tie up again. Barquette has an underhook, but Moncherie has the inside head control, trying to snap him down. They let each other go of each other's control as both just separate. Immediately goes back in the tie-up. Moncherie, Connor Barquette had a takedown attempt on Moncherie, but Moncherie just sprawls, doesn't let it happen. Moncherie trying to work that head. Both men trying to get that underhook. Barquette tries to get that over crook on that arm, flings him the other way, but doesn't work. He grabs Stephane's arm. He grabs his leg, brings him down to the mat, and that's 3 for Barquette. Stephane trying to get up. But the weight of a 285-pound man, Connor Barquette, is very hard to get up from. Moncherie trying to work with what he's given with, but Barquette is doing a great job in holding on to Moncherie's arm, making it very hard for him to get up. Barquette trying to get in the win column for his team, getting the first points on the board, trying to get away from that App State shutout. Barquette is leading 3-0 with a minute left remaining in this match. .45 seconds remaining. Barquette still on top. Stephane trying to get out. He goes to his side but realizes he could get some back points off there, so he gets back to his core. Barquette having his arm controlled here. 30 seconds remaining. Barquette doing a good job just staying in control of this match. He has a leg in trying to flip Moncherie over, but Moncherie's core is not allowing him to flip over on his back. 10 seconds remaining in this match. Moncherie is so close to getting put on his back, but he doesn't. The persistence. And that's the end. That's the end of the first period there. His head is still high up, not giving up in this match. He's still in it. Barquette leading 3-0. And Barquette will start on bottom here at the start of the second period. Barquette getting up, and he gets the escape point. That's 1 for Barquette, making it 4-0. Moncherie's a little frustrated. I can see it on his face. Both men will start neutral. And I believe they had a stalling call on Moncherie as they give a point to Barquette, making it 5-0. But Stephane Moncherie, great takedown defense as Barquette shoots for a takedown. Sprawls goes for his own takedown, but Barquette sprawls that, and he grabs Moncherie's leg, and then he gets the takedown after his failed attempt, making it 8-0 with the minute 15 remaining in this second period. Moncherie gets cross-faced. Barquette trying to work that wrist control. Barquette is trying to bring Moncherie's arm to his back to try to have some arm control leverage there and to flip him over on his back so he doesn't have anything to post upon. 45 seconds remaining in the second period. And another stalling point given to Barquette, making it 9-0. The ref telling Moncherie that he needs to work on bottom, make sure to stay moving, so no more points get given. If he gets more stalling, there might be a disqualification. Moncherie sitting down, trying to get up, and Coach John Mark Bentley not happy with Moncherie's performance here. But this is truly a battle of experience here. Moncherie, a true freshman, and Barquette being a redshirt sophomore, having 3 seasons of experience in this sport, or in this NCAA wrestling level. And Barquette tries to go for the crossface last second to flip him over, but it doesn't work. And third period will start with both men neutral. And they start the match. Barquette trying to see his spacing, but Moncherie trying to fling him by. Trying to work the snap down, Moncherie is. Moncherie having the head control, the neck control. They both separate. Barquette tries to go for a takedown. Doesn't work. Both men still in the tie-up. Moncherie looking for his first points. Barquette has Moncherie's leg, takes him down, and that's another 3. That's 12-0. Number 27 ranked Connor Barquette showing his skills in this heavyweight match here on true freshman Stephane Moncherie. Moncherie having his leg controlled by Barquette with a minute remaining in this match. He has his wrist controlled by Barquette. Barquette trying to tilt Moncherie, but Moncherie's persistent on not getting on his back for any points possible. Moncherie still on bottom, not really working anything. I think he's pretty much just given up on this match. If Stephane loses this match, as it looks like he will, he tries to do some type of roll to get out, but Barquette just still remains control on the top there. And that will bring Duke's first win of the match. And he lost by major decision. And Bryson Terrell getting his forfeit win here at 125. You can get any chance you can win. You can get any win on your record as possible, and that will be the end of this match. The total match score, 39. The total match score, 45-5. As App State gets the dominant win over Duke University after their tough loss from Virginia Tech yesterday. But 45-5 match score is a lot higher of a match score than I was expecting. I really thought Duke would put much more of a fight, but the experience from Chad Bellis, the talent from Aldo Hernandez, the persistence from Caden Kaiser, Jeremiah Price working his best to try to improve. Will Miller, of course, dominating as usual. Number 7 ranked. He had no time to waste. That was a ranked match, and he got in there, got out of there quick. Luke Uliano also showing his dominance, getting his 50th win in his career here in total of NCAA. Logan Eller getting the win, putting his career record at 15-19. Carson Floyd getting the dominant win at 197. And the only person on App State's roster to lose is Stephon Moncherie, but he's also the true freshman with little to no experience in the NCAA D1 level. So this man, if he redshirts another year, he will have 4 other years of experience at the NCAA level. So don't count Stephon Moncherie's career short. He's tough, he's persistent, he's strong. He's from the state of New York, 42-0 high school record. He will come back from this loss eventually. He's the type of man to learn from it. But thank you so much to tuning in on 90.5 WASU's coverage of App State Wrestling versus Duke. I'm Great Dane Maggard, and you'll see my next coverage of App State men's wrestling on February 9th, Sunday at 3 p.m. on versus Chattanooga. Actually, no, it's January 27th on Monday at 7 p.m. versus Presbyterian. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Make sure to tune in. Put it on your calendar. January 27th, Monday, 7 p.m. in Boone, North Carolina. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Great Dane Maggard. I'm here to sign off. And App State Wrestling with another dominant win, making their record 3-3 total. I'm Great Dane Maggard.